I sing the song. I don't even know why I try anymore. Even know I don't even know why I try anymore. Even know you can't replace me. I'm awake, it's time to break free. I'm levitating, I don't even know why I try anymore. Even know I don't even know. Anymore.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to OTS News. My name is Mean Marky D. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your bingo cards and tighten those booking boots. Tony Khan just fired up the championship blender again. And man, oh man, he's mashing buttons like it's Mortal Kombat, and he forgot the combos. That's right, folks. First, he gave us the International Championship, the title that was supposed to be defended across the globe, a belt-shaped passport with a headlock. Then he unified it with the Continental Championship into the Unified Championship because, you know, branding clarity is for losers and for geeks. So what did Tony do next? Did he elevate it? Did he protect the legacy that Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada had in Texas at All In? Of course he didn't. The man went full Uno reverse and created, wait for it, chat, the National Championship! Because nothing says global expansion like shrinking your vision back to a single damn country, or four, or whatever this is now. So to recap, he made an international title, turned it into a continental title, glued them together, handed it to two legends to make it feel big, then he tossed it all in the trash like yesterday's Collision script and slapped a shiny new coat of meaningless on a whole new belt that somehow does exactly the same thing as the last one did. Tony Khan is booking titles like he's playing GM mode on Red Bull and no sleep since 2015. Stick around, we're breaking down the full gauntlet of this brain frog, or brain fog, title spam, creative mess, right here on the AEW Dynamite post show with Jesse the Chi-Town Smark, right here on Off the Script. Ladies and gentlemen, we got another banger coming up for you. This is the boys over in Condition Critical.
AEW Dynamite. Tony Khan loves creating championship belts like he's in Create a Belt on a video game. He gets an idea, he makes it into a belt. He gets somebody that he needs to put a championship on because his creative is fucking terrible. Let's create a belt for him. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Khan has created another championship on top of already introducing a women's tag team championship that we're currently watching a tournament play out to crown the first champions there. He's got another championship. Oh, man. If you guys want to know how to not run a wrestling company, all you got to do is watch AEW every single week. We're going to talk about this nonsense. And trust me, I got a list of new titles that Tony can take inspiration from so that he may create some more belts for his dying company. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to the venue and downstairs to my mother's basement on this Wednesday night. I got my cold beverage. Hopefully you got yours. And when I get there on this Wednesday night, I want to know, what the fuck are you guys drinking? I'll see you over there. Why has Triple H been so successful? Why is Triple H running WWE better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard on Monday and Friday night? Long-term booking. What is going on, guys? Thank you very much for joining me right here on Off the Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for November 5th, 2025. I am your host, JD from New York. As always, coming to you live from the OTS venue inside my mother's basement. Thank you guys so very much for joining me on this Wednesday evening, wherever you may be, joined by the one and only every single Wednesday, Chi-Town Smart Jesse himself. What's going on, brother?
Hi, guys.
Hi, guys. How you doing? How you doing, man?
Yeah, bro. How you feel, man?
I feel good. I feel good. I had a nice little workout during the show. I had a nice double espresso latte. I had some time to relax afterwards, man. I'm feeling good.
There you go, man. I don't know how you drink coffee at night, man. My ass would be up all night.
Usually my bedtime is around 4 a.m.
Oh, jeez, bro.
Yeah, and then I pay for it, and then I take a nap like a little baby in the middle of the day, bro, like 4 p.m. You know.
Nah, I can't do that, man. I'm trying to get up early. I'm trying to get up around that time to start my workouts. I'm trying to do
At 4 a.m.
Well, in a perfect world, but what ends up happening is I get up with my kids as they get ready for school at like 7 a.m.
Early bird gets the worm, huh?
I guess so, man. How was the show tonight, bro?
I didn't give a shit about anything that happened on this show tonight, man. I'm actually in a mood, and I'm ready to rant about a couple of things. How about you?
What? Oh, man, I didn't expect that at all. I wasn't as offended as you were. I wasn't as happy as I was last week, but it was one of those it is what it is type shows for me, you know?
Yeah, it wasn't like terrible like we have been getting for the last several months. Last week was okay because it was one of them theme shows, and they were really focused on just kind of giving you some good matches and tying up some things, building into blood and guts, and then obviously connecting the dots going into Full Gear. Tonight we had, I don't know what Tony Khan is on. I wish I knew, but
we know.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we're not going to say what it is, but sure. We have Tony Khan basically, bro, breaking the rules a little bit, and he's more than allowed to because it's his show. But Blood and Guts, at least on the women's side, has 6-on-6, where the men have 5-on-5, which we'll talk about when we get into the post show here. But what he did tonight was, instead of have one of the advantage matches, only one, which has been done for the last several years, we would get one match. This year he did a best of 3 almost. So we got 2 matches tonight between the Conglomeration and the Death Riders. And in predictable fashion, the heels won the first match, the babyfaces won the second match, and now a tiebreaker match is happening on Collision. So Jon Moxley has to wrestle Roderick Strong on Saturday's Collision to find out which team gets the advantage there. Gee, I wonder who's going to get the advantage there. So he's changing it up a little bit, where he's doing a series of matches, and the team that comes out with the win in the series gets the advantage inside Blood and Guts. So that's what this was about, the advantage of who gets the one-up in Blood and Guts next week. And then obviously we got the women's tag team title tournament, which I was actually surprised by with Mercedes and Athena losing there. But I think they went about it in a very sensible way that builds towards not only Blood and Guts, but also Mercedes and Chris Statlander. You know, all in all, it wasn't a terrible show. But man, this week I feel much more indifferent than I did last week.
Yeah, so as far as the 5-on-5 and a 6-on-6, I don't mind that. I'd rather them just keep it to what's needed to tell the right story, as opposed to just shoehorn somebody in there that doesn't need to be. So that can stay as far as I'm concerned. I would like some consistency in qualifiers and stipulation matches and things like that. I think that is something that they should keep the same. So if you decide you want to do something for one, just do the same for the other. That's much easier to do. I don't know why that's so, all over the place here and there. There's been many a year where the Blood and Guts build felt important. I mean, I'm not trying to sound like condescending, 'cause I know, but what you would normally say, but be honest here, legit. Does anything in this Blood and Guts build actually feels like a real Blood and Guts feud?
No, we talked about this on TNT last night. Both companies, even the WWE, everything is coming together, slow drip, literally the week before or a couple weeks before Survivor Series. It's fucking awful. I don't really understand what's going on with these companies, why everything is just so haphazardly pieced together, and it feels everything feels so rushed and last minute. None of this is important this year. None of it.
No, I agree, man. It doesn't feel like it. It feels like we're just, and I understand they got some stuff going in that it's not like a first time, it is something that some of it has built up to it. But even that being said, it just doesn't feel important.
No.
You know, it just doesn't feel like the big deal that it used to feel like at this stage of the year. So I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely get into that discussion. I got a lot to say about that. I was kind of going to go over that anyway after what we discussed last night on TNT, because we did get into the blood and guts and war games situation. We're getting 4 of these matches in the next 3 weeks. So it is a little overkill, but that's what we're doing here. Four war games matches in 3.5 weeks, man. I don't believe what we're getting here, but wow. It's crazy. As far as tonight's show, what was lead us off? What was the most important thing that you want to touch upon first here on the stream tonight?
Oh boy, I don't know. Let's just stick with the main event, I guess. In the trios titles match, the match to me just felt like it was something thrown together. So I don't know why anybody would believe that the Opps were going to lose it in any way whatsoever. And it didn't feel like it progressed anything with Moxley and Joe at all. So that being said, I'm not quite sure what the purpose of this match going on last was.
Well, I don't know why the Trios Championship needed to be on the line, because I don't know why anybody would believe Adam Page is going to win another championship when he's set to defend the World Championship against Samoa Joe.
Yeah, well, Mercedes has like 14 of them, so who knows?
Well, I get sure, but I don't know why all of that randomly came together the way that it did. The main event was a typical Dynamite main event. I mean, we see trios matches or some type of party match to close these shows. None of it really matters. It gets them from point A to point B so that they can gloat that they have their build for the pay-per-view. And then when the show went off the air, the biggest takeaway from my point of view is that Powerhouse Hobbs put Adam Page through a table at the end of that match, off the stage, through a table with a World's Strongest Slam.
Right.
And then Hook tapped out to Powerhouse Hobbs in what looked to be a torture rack. I guess it was a torture rack. He tapped out immediately. And then the show was quickly going off the air, and they automatically, just like willy-nilly, like at the last second, oh, and next week it'll be Powerhouse Hobbs and Adam Page in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Like, what the fuck? Where did that come from?
In somebody's headset and right to us. That's how I got that was the build for it.
That's the way you elicit excitement to go into next week's show with literally 4 seconds of build and someone screaming that it's going to be a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah, they didn't need to announce that match. We saw how the show ended. They could have just started off next week with Hangman coming out pissed off and wanting a piece of Hobbs and causing terror backstage until he got Hobbs. And then finally, Tony Khan gives him this match because he wants it and he's the world goddamn champion and he wants Falls Count Anywhere, and that's how we got there. But they just threw it out right before the show ended.
I wish they'd stick to a narrative and just fucking not deviate away from it. Tony, he's so wishy-washy. Like, he'll announce the show the day of because he feels like that's where he gets the most engagement. And then tonight he wants to fucking promote a match for next week's show 7 days in advance, but he leaves 4 seconds of on-air time to get the announcement out there. Like you said, I don't know why he just doesn't wait to do it next week and set the match up next week, stemming from what we saw this week.
Yep.
It would make a lot more sense.
Show starts off, Hangman's music hits, he's walking down to the ring, pissed off. They show a replay as he's walking down to the ring of what happened to end tonight's show. He gets on the mic, says he's not leaving this goddamn ring until he gets Will Hobbs out there, and then security tries to get him to leave. He beats the shit out of all of them, and then finally Tony Khan just says, you got your match with him, whatever you want. Just please leave the ring so we can get on with the show. Just excitement. You know what I'm saying? But
well, that's one less segment that they aren't going to book on next week's show.
Yeah, I forget that shit.
So their mantra is how little effort can we put into this week's production, and how can we get away with it from the dumb fans that watch us every week? Here you go. Here's Hobbs and Adam Page in a non-title match, falls count anywhere, and we'll put plunder behind it. Yeah, that'll really get their blood going.
Yeah,
Come on,
you know,
man.
pause that for a minute here. Let's backtrack. You know, if somebody would have asked me, what is something that AEW needs right now to generate some interest?
A new booker?
You know what I would have said? I would have said a new title.
Really?
We need a new title, bro.
Really? Oh, man. I think that's a fantastic idea, bro.
There's not enough titles. Not enough titles. How do you know who's champion of anything? We need more titles. And sure enough, they gave us a new title, bro.
Jesse wants to get me going 10 minutes into the fucking stream, really.
We need more titles. Oh, you just wait until Collision Court.
Oh, my God.
You
Yes.
just wait.
What is Jesse alluding to, chat? He's alluding to AEW announcing tonight a new championship. They have announced another new championship, and they're calling it the AEW National Championship. Tony Khan revealed that this inaugural champion will be crowned at Full Gear on November 22nd in a gauntlet match, which I'll get to in a little bit. He said he's also going to add a unique stipulation for the new title, noting that it will be, get this, it will be defended across multiple promotions, including Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and CMLL. So AEW is acknowledging the national championship name and its story history in legendary territories like Georgia Championship Wrestling and Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. So let me get this correct, and I want to run this by you, Jesse, to make sure that I'm not losing my fucking mind with watching this show. So it was on July 11th that we got. Actually, I'm going to go way back before then. We got Okada, who held the Continental Championship. Basically, he's been the only other Continental Champion outside of Eddie Kingston, who won the inaugural tournament. Okada beat Eddie Kingston for it and has not relinquished that championship since he's won it. Okada was basically gifted that championship so that he could wrestle Kenny Omega at All In on July 11th in Texas. Kenny Omega at the time won the International Championship, and the International Championship was introduced as a way to take AEW global. That was supposed to be defended on Ring of Honor. That was supposed to be defended on the Indies and local markets in the United Kingdom. It was supposed to be defended in New Japan. It was supposed to be defended in all promotions that AEW had existing partnerships. So they decided, Jesse, to take that championship, the International Championship, and the Continental Championship, and unify them and create the Unified Championship, which Okada beat Omega on July 11th at All In, and we thought then that we were going to get one singular championship. Come to find out that Okada is not only carrying around a brand new unified title, but he's also carrying around the old Continental and International Championship. So he's theoretically carrying around 3 championships, 2 of which don't even matter anymore. So Tony Khan, he gets this match together, and it's the only reason why Okada's in the company. He wanted Omega and Okada on American soil in his company on the biggest show that they did all year. So we come to find out tonight on November 5th that he's now making the AEW Internet, or I did what fucking Sockface did. He's making the National Championship, which will be defended on Ring of Honor, New Japan, CMLL, and all other AEW branded partnerships. Wasn't this the same thing that the International Championship was supposed to do? Number one. Number two, he just theoretically made the Okada and Kenny Omega match absolutely fucking useless because he went back on everything that was supposed to be that match to unify those belts, to then ununify them and just create a brand new championship. So what the fuck are we doing here, man? We got another new championship that will mean absolutely nothing in this company because the existing championships don't mean a fucking thing on television at all. I can't even fucking keep count of how many championships are in this company. And what he did, in my honest opinion, he's using this championship as a vehicle to pretend that someone is better off with the championship because he has no fucking idea how to use them creatively. And I honestly think with Ricochet and Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate, that's probably going to end up in one of those factions because they basically canceled each other out for the last month and a half, 2 months. So he's like, well, none of these groups have gotten over, so let's put the title on one of those guys so that they can pretend to feel important and my shit booking isn't really all that noticeable. Bro, this is fucking absolutely terrible. And they got so many problems that they're masking by creating more and more championships. We got Mercedes carrying around 14 titles. We got Okada carrying around 3 championships. We got fucking how many championships in the Don Callis family? Championships that don't matter. Bro, what the fuck are we doing here?
Well, that's an interesting take. And I wish I had a fucking comeback. I don't.
He's got women's tag team championships actively being competed over in a tournament, and he's going to crown the champions at the pay-per-view probably, and he's got this other championship being contested in a gauntlet match, bro. A gauntlet match that we just saw 4 months ago. That should absolutely be a staple for their biggest show of the year, and only at their biggest show of the year. He's abusing the gimmick again because he doesn't know what to fucking do.
How does this new title not take away from the luster of the women's tag team titles? I mean, he didn't even wait to crown those first. He's already presenting a new one.
Don't you think this takes away from the belt that Okada has? Because that was the Continental and International Championship, which is basically the National Championship.
I actively forgot that Okada is even actually carrying a title. He's not doing anything with it.
Bro, we went from International Champion to Continental Champion to Unified Champion, back to National Champion, which is basically the first edition of the International Championship.
Correct. Correct.
Why?
Yeah. Oh, man. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's nobody has a logical reason for this to happen. Nobody. Just give him the benefit of the doubt as to there being a need for another men's singles championship. Just pretend for a second that needed to exist. Why couldn't that wait till sometime next year because he's already in the process of crowning women's tag team champions? Why couldn't this wait till later on or later next year, probably somewhere in the spring? Why are we doing this right now?
I don't know. That's the most egregious part of it all. Like, you have this tag team title tournament playing out for the women, and you're going to crown a new champion basically at the same time that you're crowning the first ever women's tag team championships, which they have not made into a big deal whatsoever. It feels absolutely flat right now.
Yep. I don't understand it.
I don't know what to tell you, chat.
I wish I understood it. I do not understand it.
Well, what I have now come up with, and I'm going to use the music here because I have nothing else. I have a segment because this is just clown music. This is a clown company.
This is gimmick infringement.
I understand that. We'll play it twice. The fans and the chat don't mind. Ladies and gentlemen, coming soon to AEW, Tony Khan's next batch of beautifully redundant championships, hosted by JDfromNY and the Chi-Town Smark. The next championships that Tony Khan will unveil, on top of all the rest of the useless titles that he has. AEW will unveil a trans-dimensional championship, defended in AEW, Ring of Honor, CMLL, New Japan, and any universe where booking makes sense.
Oh!
The AEW Continental Drift Championship, a title that slowly moves between promotions over millions of years and still has more structure than AEW's current booking. Number 3, the AEW Galactic Championship, available exclusively on SpaceX pay-per-view. Winner faces Martian Mayhem at AEW All Out of Ideas. Yeah. Number 4, the AEW Atlantic Oceanic Mid-International Pure Prestige title. Belt comes with a globe and a GPS to figure out where the fuck it's allowed to be defended. Number 5, the AEW Certified Pre-Owned Championship, formerly known as the FTW title, now with a Carfax and a cracked leather strap. Number 6, the AEW Casual Viewer Retention Championship can only be defended on shows people actually watch, so it remains vacant. Number 7, the AEW Tony's Favorite Guy of the Month Championship. New champion will be crowned every time Tony discovers a new indie highlight reel on social media. The AEW Unification Championship, only defended in matches that unify other unified titles that were previously de-unified. Number 9, the AEW National Championship, but like a different nation this time championship. You thought we meant America? No, folks. This one is for Uzbekistan. And number 10, the AEW Please Notice Ring of Honor Championship, only visible when viewed on Honor Club with night vision goggles. Fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Do you know how ridiculous this sounds? Honestly.
Oh, don't you think you're getting a little carried away, bro?
Who? Tony? Or me?
No, you.
Well, how did I get carried away?
Don't you think you're getting carried away?
I'm following the gimmick, man. We got to create new championships.
Don't give him any more ideas, please, bro.
I'm sure the Galactic Championship is on order, bro. Don't worry about it.
The Uber Galactic Championship.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, we'll go over this Dynamite. We'll go over my opinion, my strong opinion on why Mercedes Mone does not belong in Blood and Guts. Neither does Chris Statlander. I don't know what the fuck they're thinking there. And believe it or not, Jesse, I thought Queen Aminata was in Blood and Guts. What the fuck is Mina doing in? Did you see that?
I think she's hurt.
Is she hurt?
I believe she's hurt, but they said that she was in for Queen Aminata.
Ah, okay. All right. So at least they explained that one. So we'll go over that. The advantage matches took place tonight, and we have more people in this chat than were in the building tonight for Dynamite. So that's all you need to know there. This is your AEW Dynamite post show right here on Off the Script. Tonight we are sponsored by and powered by Turtle Beach. TurtleBeach.com/scripts. Make sure you guys use that promo code SCRIPT. Save 10% off your entire order using our unique link and promo code at turtlebeach.com/script. We got a little gameplay a little bit later on in the show with me showing off the beautiful Stealth 700 Gen 3 headset by Turtle Beach. Make sure you guys follow us on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Go follow Jesse on Twitter as well at Chi-Town Spark. Same thing on YouTube at Chi-Town Spark, where you can find genuine, real, non-fake reactions over on Jesse's channel. What's going on over there, bro? Anything?
Lots of stuff where I do reactions like this, bro.
I know.
And then I do this. And I do this.
Wow! Oh, man, the national title, Jesse. I can't believe it. Let me react. All excited.
I call that my Jinder Mahal is coming out reaction.
Jinder Mahal. The modern day Maharaja.
Jinder Mahal would be a fantastic addition at this point, man. Why not?
You know what? Maybe because it would add a lot more entertainment value to this fucking post show. I'll tell you that.
Oh man, join me over my channel, bro. We are doing watch-alongs. What I'm gonna do, bro. You're gonna love this one. I'm gonna do some gaming content for the new Simpsons Fortnite DLC, bro.
You know, I was never a fan of The Simpsons.
What? Never?
Never. I found it painfully unfunny, bro.
What? I can understand not like still being into it because it's run its course. But you were never into it?
No.
That's so weird.
No,
Man.
Family Guy is so much more far superior to The Simpsons.
Family Guy is a Simpsons knockoff, bro.
Yes, but
There would-
it's a
there
lot
would
fun.
be
It's a
no
lot
Family
funnier
Guy.
and a lot
It
more
would be
crude.
no Family Guy without Simpsons.
True, but Family Guy and the people who created it were a lot more humorous to me in the early seasons, anyway. I don't know what it's like
Funny.
now. I haven't watched it in years.
Funny part is I never got into Family Guy.
That's crazy.
I
I always thought it was funny.
I mean, I don't know. I don't find it like unfunny from the clips and stuff that I see. I'm just not interested in that style of comedy, if that makes any sense.
So what do we got? What do we got over there? We got all the Simpsons characters as Fortnite characters now in the game.
It looks like it, but the awesome part about it is the animation. Like it straight up looks like an episode of The Simpsons.
Oh, okay.
With next gen, systems and everything like that. It get the authentic Simpsons music. It got the Springfield layout, the Quickie Mart, the Simpsons house, the nuclear power plant. They made the whole map Springfield, and just incorporate all Simpsons stuff. It's actually kind of cool. So I'm check it out.
Yeah, that does sound cool. I like that Fortnite continues to work with major franchises like that and kind of makes their game feel different every season, and that's really good.
That's a money making IP right there, man.
Yeah.
They are geniuses with their collabs and everything.
Yep.
And they keep kids coming back, and they don't have to change too much of the game because the kids are dumping all this money into skin.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what's going on. So yeah, go check Jesse's channel out for that. He's going to be incorporating some more content over there. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up over here. I'd love to get to 750 likes. We do have a Collision Corner lined up for you. Jesse's got one locked and loaded. So if you guys want to see Collision Corner, 750 likes is the goal, and we immediately unlock Collision Corner. We'll break right into it. And Jesse promises that it is a banger. And after not doing one last week, he's come back in full force. So that's that.
Special treat this week.
Oh, yeah. So do that for me, please. Leave a comment after the fact. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the Comical National Championship. And please make sure you go check out all the content on the channel. Jason and I had Tuesday Night Titans episode 119 last night. Really, really great discussion, man. We talked about all of Survivor Series build, War Games, Blood and Guts, how LA Knight should be the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, how Drew McIntyre's creative is terrible, and just a whole slew of things, man. We even broke into James Bond discussion, talking about our favorite Bonds and James Bond movies. So it's
game too.
We talked about GoldenEye. Yeah.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. So go check that out. Really a great listen every single week. I truly believe it's the best discussion that you hear anywhere in the community. Right there between me and the Solid Monster on Tuesday Night Titans. It's on the homepage, so go check that all out. And again, super chats are open. Please, if you guys want to get them on in, it greatly helps out the channel in so many different ways, man. So please, if you want to support, the super chats are open and will remain open until the end of the stream. So yes, let's start at the top here. We will start with the Opps. They are out there. And we get the build immediately for the World's Heavyweight Championship match at Full Gear between Samoa Joe and Adam Hangman Page. This is obviously coming off of the heels of Adam Page dressing as Tony Schiavone last week on the Halloween episode. And he bashed a beer bottle over Samoa Joe's head. So Schiavone's in the middle of the ring, and we have a very special announcement. He said at Full Gear, we will crown a new national champion. And that was immediately interrupted by Samoa Joe. So if the championship is set to be important, they already killed that idea because they already had somebody interrupt the major announcement that there will be a brand new prestigious championship on AEW television. Out comes Samoa Joe. He's out there with Shibata and Powerhouse Hobbs. He apologized for the interruption. So Joe directed his comments at Schiavone, and he said Schiavone's probably going to deny he was part of the deception last week, but he doesn't believe him. Schiavone started to explain himself, and he says he respects Joe a lot. Joe cut him off and loudly yelled, "Shut up," at Tony Schiavone, which brought a smile to my eye because he's just awful. Schiavone is just awful. He said consequences have come for him as the Opps entered the ring. Excalibur said Shivani was having maybe too much fun on Halloween at the expense of the Opps, and he didn't know what was going on with Joe and Hangman with the beer bottle. So security ran into the ring, and Joe said this is meant for people who were going to get hurt. Hangman ran out for the save. Opps dropped to ringside. Joe said this worked out well since they can take care of two problems at once. They entered the ring again, and all of a sudden Hook and Eddie Kingston run out to even the odds, and the Opps bailed out again. So Hangman said that he is Joe's problem. Hook then told the Opps to put their trios titles on the line against them tonight if they're real men. Joe yelled at Hook, "You don't talk to me that way." Hobbs held him back. Joe says it's on. He's spitting everywhere and kind of foaming at the mouth because he's mad at Hook for disrespecting him. Hangman smiled because he's got a championship match coming to him that he didn't expect before the show started. And Tony Schiavone held his earpiece and said, well, Tony Khan just made it official. Trios Championship's on the line for the main event between Hangman, Eddie Kingston, and Hook versus the Opps, Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata. I mean, if you want any more of a bare bones open, bro, this is as bare bones as it gets. Nothing really enticing towards the main priority here, bro, and that's Adam Page and Samoa Joe. There really wasn't anything that got you any more excited about seeing this rematch at Full Gear.
No, but I didn't mind this open, though. It addressed something that happened last week right away, and then it kind of gave us what we're going to be getting later on in the main event. It didn't take 20 to fucking 30 minutes to open on an opening promo segment. You know, this was fine to me. They still have work to do with building towards the main event, but it doesn't have to all happen and you know, on this segment. And this was fine. At this stage right now, the show is fine for me.
I didn't really care for this. I don't know why the Trios Championship needed to be on the line. I guess in their eyes, with the championships on the line, it kind of makes them defending the titles. Maybe it makes the titles a little bit more prestigious. Maybe it makes them a little bit more sought after. I don't really know. I mean, with Hangman Page in the mix there, I would rather them not put the championships on the line because it would have made the match a little bit more unpredictable. And that's a problem. It's a problem all across pro wrestling. Everything is just so predictable. Adam Page was never going to win another championship on the way to Full Gear to wrestle Samoa Joe for the AEW Championship. So why even bother?
No, because if they don't do something with the Trios titles, we'll start complaining that they're not doing anything with the Trios titles.
Well, bro, nobody cares about the Trios Championship, so you might as well just get fucking rid of them.
No, that is true, but they still got to do something with it.
So that was the open of the show. Again, like Jesse said, if you want to really simplify it, you know, they addressed something last week, like he said. They brought it up this week. We got a dilemma that started in the beginning of the show that led to the main event of tonight's Dynamite. Yeah. There you go. As simple could be.
Fine.
So we go into the first match here, and I will try to navigate us here as quickly as we can because this really does not mean anything to me. Tony Khan now has made the advantage matches for Blood and Guts, their version of War Games, a best-of-3 series. So he's pitting a lot of the talent that's in these matches against each other, best of 3, and whoever wins the best of 3 gets the advantage at Blood and Guts next week. So that means, what the advantage means is that one team will have a 2-on-1 advantage until the match officially begins, and all 10 guys are in the match. So that's what that means. So this one was match number 1. We got Orange Cassidy and Claudio Castagnoli, Blood and Guts advantage match here. So Cassidy, we'll start at the top here. He dove through the ropes literally 60 seconds into this thing. Claudio caught him and dropped him stomach first on the ringside barricade, and we go into a commercial break here. He gave him a giant swing and sent him to the floor. Claudio tossed Cassidy to the mat. Cassidy put his hands in his pockets. Claudio lifted him into the corner and gave him an uppercut. Cassidy stood on the second rope with his hands in his pockets. He then took Claudio down with a very weak-looking head scissors. Drop kick followed, kip up. He ducked the Claudio uppercut into a backslide for a 2 count. He landed a punt kick and then chased Claudio at ringside with a tornado DDT right in front of the commentary table. Claudio took over, applied a crossface. He landed a running uppercut into a 2 count. Cassidy caught Claudio with a stun dog millionaire out of the corner. He then charged for an orange punch. Claudio caught him with an uppercut. He followed up with a lift and drop European uppercut. He knocked Orange Cassidy clean out. He's on the mat. 1, 2, 3. He goes for the cover. He gets the win here. And Claudio is the winner as the Death Riders are up 1-0 in the best of 3 series here. Excalibur then noticed that with Orange Cassidy's loss, Darby must beat Danny Garcia to force a tiebreaker on Saturday's Collision. And if they do get there, it will be Jon Moxley versus Roderick Strong in the tiebreaker match to see who gains the advantage inside Blood and Guts next week. Man, that's some intriguing stuff there, bro.
Ooh, man, let's get it, bro. Should we watch that together live on stream?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
All right, whatever.
No, I'm going to I may be busy on Saturday. I may be at a bar somewhere with a drink in my hand, or I may just make a drink here at home and start building one of my many Lego sets that I have unopened yet.
There you go. Are you gonna open your Lego sets?
I just bought the Game Boy Lego.
I thought that was one of those things where you don't open them and you keep them and then worth more later.
That is also true. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That is also true. You know what I'm looking at, bro? I'm looking at the Ghostbusters vehicle Lego that they discontinued it. I'm gonna buy it off eBay. I think I get it for like $300. Jesse's eyes are wide open, bro. You're spending $300 on fucking toy blocks.
In November, right before Christmas, you're buying $300 Legos for yourself.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
I guess so. I'm focused on trying to get stuff ready for my kids for Christmas, man.
Well, you don't think I got people that are on my list, Santa's list for gifts this year? I got to treat myself for something, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, there you go. Put it next to that Megatron you got.
Don't make fun of my Megatron, bro.
I'm not making it. It is awesome. It is an awesome Megatron. Don't get me wrong.
Listen, man, that was my favorite childhood toy. Do you mind?
It is awesome, man. I love Transformers, man.
You know, they just, I was watching, I think Hasbro's YouTube channel, they have been streaming all of Generation 1, every single episode on their YouTube channel. You saw it?
Yeah.
I was watching that in bed last night, man. I'm like, oh, man, look at the nostalgia over here.
I saw that, man. It was some cool shit, bro. I remember going to the movies to see the first Transformer movie, man.
Awesome. I wish I could find like a revised 2025 version.
No, you want to keep your childhood memories. No, you don't. You don't.
Anyway.
You don't. You get it. You start watching Transformers now, and they'll be using pronouns or something. And
Probably.
Really
Yeah, I got the original on VHS. It's in the basement somewhere.
There you go.
Moving on here. Renee interviewed Mark Briscoe, Kyle Fletcher, and Don Callis. Renee said they agreed to no physicality. She said Briscoe asked for this time. Briscoe says it can't feel fulfilling for Fletcher to have won with a low kick, meaning a below the belt shot. He compared it to making out with your sister.
Why?
I don't know what correlation that has, but it's Mark Briscoe. He says whatever he wants. He asked Fletcher for another match with no DQ rules at Full Gear. That's exactly what we need, man. Another plunder match. Another plunder match. Like, we don't get enough of them every fucking week. Fletcher told Callis he might really like that. Callis says he seemed turned on by it. He says he loves making Fletcher happy. You know, this is getting very sexually uncomfortable for me, bro. Listening to these,
like making out with his sister.
Yeah, really. He told Briscoe he needs something from him. Briscoe asked if he wanted it to be title versus career. Callis says he would never want his career to end prematurely. He says if he loses to Fletcher at Full Gear, you will leave the conglomeration and join the Don Callis family. He told him to make it about him instead of family back home. Briscoe cut him off and called him a snake. He says he isn't losing, so he agreed to this stipulation. So I'm going to start with a positive here, Jesse, before I get into a negative. I actually think this is a very good stipulation. I'm glad they didn't do title. I'm glad they didn't do title versus career. it does leave it open to a little bit of unpredictability, because if it was just a regular match, I would almost assume that Mark Briscoe would have to win, because he's lost all these matches and he's lost to Fletcher several times and he's due for a win. And I honestly think making Mark Briscoe the TNT champion against Kyle Fletcher, I genuinely believe he deserves it. He's a hardworking guy, and I don't think anybody dislikes Mark Briscoe. Number 2.
I said the exact same thing. I thought this was an interesting stipulation.
Yeah, because I can actually see him losing and joining the Don Callis family, and then a story coming out of that. So it's not that bad of a stipulation.
Yep.
The one thing is, I really wish that they would move away from this plunder shit. Like, Mark Briscoe was in a thumbtacks and tables match with MJF. He's going to be in blood and guts. Now he's going to be in a no DQ match against Kyle Fletcher at the pay-per-view. Enough of the fucking plunder. Kyle Fletcher is a great pro wrestler. He's got things to work on, but he's a great pro wrestler. Mark Briscoe is a great pro wrestler. I don't know why they didn't give this, I don't know, like an Iron Man match stipulation, 30-minute Iron Man, or a 2 out of 3 fall situation, a submission match, or something along those lines. Why do they immediately go to, all right, no DQ? It's so redundant at this point. Like, I'm so fucking numb, bro. Whatever is like after numb, I'm that towards these stipulations. So I do like the stipulation that he loses in the Don Callis family. If he wins, he's the TNT champion. But man, these no DQ situations, bro, I can't get behind it. I'm sorry.
So Mark Briscoe is he's a brawler. He's a deathmatch type wrestler. It's his bread and butter is Mark Briscoe's. And why this match instead of a standard regular wrestling match at a pay-per-view? Because it's more interesting to watch. All right. It's more interesting, especially for someone who is like a partial or not a wrestling fan at all, to pick up the show, watch it, and just watch two dudes just beat the crap out of each other with a bunch of stuff. It is more interesting to watch than just a standard wrestling match. And plus, they've already done that. Their feud is past a standard wrestling match by now. They would be going backwards at that point. So that's why they are where they are right now.
So they went 25 minutes at Wrestle Dream, and now they're going to go 25 minutes here. You don't think it's going to end up being the same way, because we've seen literally everything that 1-man, 2-man, 8-man can possibly do with the no DQ situations?
Well, that's their job.
You're going to be more. You're going to be more interested to see the same shit that we've seen all year, because it's a no DQ match.
Well, that's their job now. Them and the producers is to produce a different match. You know, when it's just flat out no DQ, you have a lot more to come up with to articulate a good match rather than just a standard wrestling match. You have to give up a standard wrestling match. Now, if you just go back and use the exact same spot that you did the last time, then you failed. But since the world is your oyster, it is your job to come up with a different match. It is the producer's job to produce a different fucking match for them this time around. So we'll see.
We will see. Mark Briscoe versus Kyle Fletcher for the TNT Championship. No disqualifications at Full Gear, which is basically a rematch from Wrestle Dream. It is a rematch from Wrestle Dream. Samoa Joe versus Adam Page for the AEW World Championship, a rematch from Wrestle Dream. I'm assuming we'll get John Moxley versus Darby Allin, a rematch from Wrestle Dream.
Probably.
What else are we doing? We got a gauntlet match happening, which is going to feature Ricochet and Bobby Lashley, rematch from Wrestle Dream.
Yeah, I think we're missing one. I think there's another rematch from Wrestle Dream too.
Yeah. What? I don't know what it is. Let me see. I think I got it here. Let me see. We got it's Brodito against FTR. Not a rematch from Wrestle Dream.
It's not.
I don't think so.
I thought it was. I don't know.
No, didn't they have that fatal 4-way match, ladder match? Was that the title match at Wrestle Dream? Does anybody remember?
This fucking shit's starting to run together.
I can't. I don't fucking know. I don't even give a shit, honestly. How does anybody pay attention to this shit? It's all over the place.
I think there was like legit 4 rematches from Wrestle Dream.
Oh, we got Chris Statlander and Mercedes. That's a rematch from last year's Full Gear and World's End. Rematch gear, bro.
Rematch.
Full gear. Rematch. ridiculous. Anyway, speaking of Mercedes, she's in there with Athena as her partner, teaming up together against Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron, the Babes of Wrath. This is a women's tag team title tournament match. And we go into a commercial break. We'll pick it up after the break here. Athena slammed Mercedes onto Harley in a nice double team move before the picture-in-picture break. Harley took both Athena and Mercedes down with a double crucifix bomb. Willow then came in, speared both of them as soon as they stood up. Willow clotheslined Athena over and over again in the corner. Mercedes had Harley in a submission hold. Willow knocked Athena into Mercedes to break it up, which looked ridiculous because Athena just watched Willow bounce off the ropes and all of a sudden bounce off the ropes right into her, shoving her into the submission hold, which was basically the statement maker, or what, the bank statement, whatever the fuck she calls it, on Harley to break that up. So that's what it was. Mercedes tagged in Athena. Willow tagged back in, and they went back and forth, her and Athena. Athena caught both Willow and Harley in a overhead type of suplex maneuver. It was like a fallaway slam and a suplex of sorts together. Athena showing how strong she really is to pick up Willow and Harley at the same time and dump them over her head. That was ridiculous. So she did that. And all of a sudden at that point, Billy Starks ran out. Excalibur called her Athena's number one minion. Statlander then ran out because we had Billy Starks grab the Ring of Honor Women's Championship, hand it to Athena so that she may use it to cheat to win. So Statlander ran out, clotheslined Billy Starks. Willow then gut-wrench powerbombed Athena before she could use the title. Harley then entered and gave Athena her finish for a 1, 2, 3. And we had the upset of the tournament so far, Jesse. If you thought last week was an upset, this was an even bigger upset. Mercedes and Athena lose in the first round to Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale as they go on to advance and wrestle the Sisters of Sin, Sky Blue. Little Sky Blue, she needed the money. Oh, and what's her name? Julia Hart. How can we forget Julia Hart?
Yeah.
Sisters
I
of
called
Sin.
it. I call this one. I figured there's no reason to have Mercedes floating around this tournament. Get her out of there. Get it out of her now. Get this shit over with, and move on so that other women can actually shine. So, I literally called this. I'm glad it happened. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I've given this Mercedes Mone gimmick a long time to develop, to grow on me. I'm completely over her. She is absolute go away heat with me at this point. It's
Same.
I mean, it's bro, it is just stale. It's just boring. Nobody's enjoying this but herself.
No.
I don't like it at all. And I she just has complete go. I've never ever thought I would see the day when I saw Sasha Banks, Mercedes Varnado show up on my screen and me will want to literally turn it off. I've never felt that way about her until now. This whole gimmick, this whole run of hers is just complete ass to me.
It's amazing. When Sasha was on television, you couldn't get enough of her. You felt for her, you sided with her, you cheered for her. You were definitely a part of the Sasha Banks clique watching that woman work. Her work has only gotten better. This has nothing to do with her work whatsoever.
It's his gimmick, man.
It's so fucking ridiculous how we go from Sasha Banks, who everybody sided with and wanted to see succeed, to her taking that success and having it go straight to her head, bro. And success is great. I wish everybody was successful. But there is such a thing as too much success. And honestly, if you're going to portray yourself as the one and only goddess of the division, and nothing at all bad happens to you, and you want to parade around with 13 fucking championships, which at this point is fucking ridiculous because nobody expects her to go lose 13 fucking championships. It's just not going to happen. No matter how many people wish upon a star for that to happen, it's not going to happen. And it's only beginning. I genuinely feel she's going to win that women's championship. I would be floored if she loses to Chris Statlander. The thing is, bro, she doesn't realize, her management, Tony Khan, AEW, doesn't realize that the more this continues, the worse it's getting, bro. She comes out, she gets no reactions. Zero fucking reactions, bro. The reactions are more like, oh, her again, instead of happy to see her or happy to see her wrestle. It's exactly what you feel. Like you feel the way everybody else feels, and it's not fun to watch this woman wrestle anymore. And quite honestly, if she went away, the division wouldn't even miss her. It wouldn't. Because what exactly is she adding and what is she doing to enhance the division? She's not doing anything but enhancing herself. This is all that it's about, bro. We were sold fake garbage when she joined AEW. She wanted to go start a revolution away from WWE and make women's wrestling better, bro. I don't see where she's making women's wrestling better unless we're all being fooled and this fucking title run with 14 titles is supposed to enhance everybody. But even at that point, what is it going to do? Because even if she loses all these championships and puts these women over and drops those championships, who's going to see it? Who's going to watch these companies and promotions and indies and watch these title matches? Half of them you can't even find. So all of this, bro, is about, it's the Mercedes Mone revolution, bro. It's not the women's revolution post WWE. It's the post Mercedes Mone revolution. That's all it was ever about. And it's selfish and it's sad.
It is. And they can't hide this behind the guise of, oh, she's a heel. So that I love a good heel. I love heels more than I love baby faces, man. So it's bro, it is just cringe. It is just not, it is, I'm sorry, man. I really hate that I don't like it. I've tried, but this is going nowhere. This is not interesting. I'm not looking forward to see her do anything. Everything she does is cringe. That ridiculous dance she does, this gimmick is ridiculous. Nothing is clicking for me with her right now, and I don't know how we got here with her. I don't get it.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but they are out. Harley and Willow are in the semifinals now against Sky Blue and Julia Hart. I was thinking, looking at the bracket, I'm like, are they really going to do two heel teams together in the semifinals, even though it is Mercedes? But they went with the baby faces here. Now, I got to ask you, Jesse, because I think we all kind of see Toni Storm and Mina going to the finals on the opposite side of the tournament. Are we looking at Willow and Harley pulling off the upset in this tournament, or do you think Toni and Mina are going to win the titles here?
Willow and Harley have a very good opportunity to win this tournament. They really do. Everybody else has had, time to shine in the women's division. Willow and Harley are very deserving baby faces, and if they won this tournament, I would not be surprised by that at all.
I think they should pull the trigger. Honestly, I was so against the narrative of here's Toni Storm and Mina, very predictable, and then here's Mercedes and Athena. We thought it was very predictable, but they actually pulled a fast one on us. So they're out, which only enhances Mercedes winning the AEW Women's Championship. And I honestly feel we didn't really get an announcement of when the finals are going to be. I would assume the finals are going to take place at Full Gear. I think that's what's going to happen, because if Mercedes and Athena were going to go to the finals, then that means if it takes place at Full Gear, Mercedes would have to be wrestling twice. So they may want to do it at the final, or the finals at Full Gear, which would leave Willow, Harley, Toni, and Mina, who aren't going to have any other matches that night, solely to focus on that. So why include Mercedes in that? So I think that's what they're doing and why they made the decision that they did. They only put Mercedes and Athena in this tournament to enhance the overall star power of the tournament. But even them being in there, I don't really get a sense of why they were even needed. Like I genuinely felt the tournament should have been about everybody else that has been left out of conversation because of Mercedes and Toni Storm basically taking priority all year in this division. So I hope that Willow and Harley are the winners, because that's exactly what the fucking titles in the tournament should be about. All the women that were not given an opportunity because they focused on Toni and Mercedes all year. That's what you do.
Yep, I agree. That's exactly what I would do. Those would be some great inaugural winners. So I wouldn't be opposed to that at all.
No, it would really show Tony's trust in building new talent and putting the belts on Harley, who everybody seems to think is AEW's got high hopes in. So show me. Like Willow's been in discussion about being the face of the division for years now. Show me. There you go. What does Toni Storm need another title for? What does Mina need another title for? She's had the Ring of Honor interim television championship, which is fucking garbage, and she's lost every other opportunity at a championship that she's been given to Toni and Mercedes. So give it to the upstarts, give it to the people who are looked at by the fan base as, you know, the future of the division. That's what the tournament's for. So please go and do that. Hopefully they do.
If not them, then I will go with Julia Hart and Scott Blue.
Yes. Either one of those two teams should win the tournament. I agree. So we got Tony Schiavone in the ring again. Too much Tony Schiavone on this show. He's in the ring and officially announces that at Full Gear, Tony Khan has signed the Casino Gauntlet match, because we haven't seen enough of them this year, for the newly formed National Championship. So if you're just joining us, chat, we went from the International Championship to the Continental Championship to then having the International and Continental Championships unified, which gave birth to the Unified Championship, which now leads us to the National Championship, which is basically the original International Championship, because the National Championship is doing everything that the original International Championship was going to do, and this title will be defended in New Japan, CMLL, Ring of Honor, and AEW. So they basically, by their decision here, made Kenny Omega and Kazuchika Okada and their unification match at All In Texas absolutely fucking useless. They wasted an opportunity. So we got the new national title. Schiavone says it's been about 40 years since the national championship has been on TBS, and wrestlers backstage have been lining up wanting to be a part of it. Sure they have. Schiavone introduces the two men that have introduced themselves first. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. They will be in the gauntlet match. So they're out there with MVP. MVP is talking about this title, and he accidentally called it the International Championship. So you get a sense that even MVP can't decipher what the fuck is going on here and what title is which. So Schiavone says that brings up an interesting situation with two of his men here in this gauntlet match. It could honestly come down to both of them. MVP says what's interesting is the history of the newly debuting International Championship. He mentioned names like Paul Orndorff, Jack Briscoe, Dusty Rhodes, Wahoo McDaniel, and Nikita Koloff. MVP says that they are businessmen and they will do what's best for business. But who will win in that scenario is the AEW viewing audience, if it comes down to Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. All of a sudden, the Demand, who are not in demand at all, interrupt, and Ricochet, he's out there with a microphone, which is usually bad television. Ricochet says he wants to make this quick because he's wearing a Philadelphia Eagles baseball cap, and he wants to be out of Texas, and he wants to be out of this trash state as soon as possible. Ricochet says they want to give the Hurt Syndicate the credit that they deserve, as it doesn't matter how old and how hobbled they are. He admires them. Every time Ricochet opens his mouth, he's spitting out facts and saying, I told you so. He says he promised the Syndicate will never win gold, and asked Lashley how his back was from last week. So they're starting to piss Ricochet off, or Hurt Syndicate, rather. Ricochet's pissing the Hurt Syndicate off, and MVP cuts him off, saying no one cares about anything he has to say, and the only reason why they look good is because they got their ass kicked by the Hurt Syndicate. Ricochet said at Full Gear, the demand will be met, and he will be the inaugural national champion. MVP says Ricochet talks shit while they run it. And that was the end of the segment. So it looks like, Jesse, like I mentioned earlier, coming out of Wrestle Dream, going into Full Gear, and following the following week after the pay-per-view, going into Dynamite, it looked like we still were going to get some form of the Hurt Syndicate versus the Demand. So what Tony Khan is, in my opinion, just on the surface level, looking at it, he wants to continue these two factions feuding. So he's created this championship to put on either Ricochet or Bobby Lashley or someone in the Hurt Syndicate. It could be Bobby Lashley, it could be Shelton Benjamin, to make them look like they're important after a dead feud with 50-50 booking that seemingly has no end in sight. So when that happens, or if that happens, what exactly is this championship going to do on someone like Ricochet when he's been treated as one of the biggest losers in the company and nobody takes him seriously because he can't win a big match?
Well, so could it give him a chance to redeem that perception of him if he turns it around and becomes a winning champion with that title?
Well, it depends on if they're going to stop the feud with the Hurt Syndicate. Is he going to take that championship into a match with Bobby Lashley?
Oh, that's never going to stop. We're getting this to you for life, bruh.
I don't know. I just feel like this championship was created to kind of eliminate the fact that Tony Khan's terrible creative has been running wild on both of these factions. And that's why he featured both of these guys. Who else is in this gauntlet match? Who else even matters here?
Nobody.
Everybody else of note is going to be tied up at the pay-per-view doing something else.
Who's going to win?
Maybe somebody in the Don
Lashley?
Callis family. I don't know.
Is that Bobby Lashley's title?
It could be.
Is he going to go off to other promotions and work? The guy's 50 years old, right?
I don't think so. I think Ricochet is more in line to do something like that because he's worked indies while working in AEW.
That's something else to consider. I'm with you. I don't see Bobby Lashley traveling to all these promotions and defending that title.
No, I don't see that either. So if you look at the roster of who we've seen on television as of late, who exactly is made for this championship, if not Ricochet? Someone in the Don Callis family. Okada is probably going to be wrestling Takeshita at the pay-per-view. Josh Alexander's teaming up with the Young Bucks against Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. They got something to do there, so they won't be in it. Then you got who else in the Don Callis family? Kyle Fletcher's already wrestling. Mark Briscoe's already wrestling for the TNT Championship. The Opps, I guess you could put someone in there, but I don't see either one of those guys winning the new championship. Hechicero. I mean, who else is there? I mean, who else is this made for? The conglomeration, the Death Riders. Like nobody else speaks to you, bro, as a champion or someone, a talent that's going to make that champion mean anything. The championship is already going to be dead walking out of Full Gear.
Cesaro could travel in other promotions and defend it. But does he have a shot at winning it?
No.
Daniel Garcia.
Danny Garcia looks like somebody who's pretending to be a pro wrestler. Seriously. He looks like a fucking Pokemon Go avatar, bro. I don't even know what he is anymore.
This title is absolutely so unnecessary. I don't understand it.
So we're basically getting the International Championship chat all over again, and they, by their decision, have made Okada and Omega at All In completely irrelevant.
Yeah. Whatever they plan on doing with this title that they're making right now, that is what Okada should be doing with the title he fucking has around his waist right now.
Can you imagine they give it to Orange Cassidy? Going back to what they did with him in the International Championship all over again?
I wouldn't put it past me. You see, he's back to opening up the show again, right?
Yeah, I know. It's 2 weeks in a row. Was it two or 3 weeks in a row now? I lost count.
It's 2 in a row.
Jurassic Express, they're walking backstage where Jack Perry said things are more important than money, or there's things more important than money, like friendship. Perry knows the Young Bucks have been having problems with money, so this should help. He takes $100 and stabs it with a knife out in front of the Don Callis family locker room. Luchasaurus was about to take the money when Perry told him, no, leave it. Now, the Young Bucks, if you guys aren't aware, they are teasing a loose alignment with the Don Callis family. They're not in the group yet. They're still, I guess, mulling over their decision. And Okada is in the Don Callis family, who was formerly of the Elite. Now they're looking to kind of lure the Young Bucks into the Don Callis family. And it's Don Callis, Jesse, who has gotten a $1 million trios match for Full Gear. It will be the Young Bucks and Josh Alexander against Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. So the Bucks were asked by Renee if they joined the Don Callis family. And before they could answer, Don Callis cut them off and said that he sent them a nice care package to make sure the Bucks get the treatment that they deserve. and they aren't treated like some jobbers like they have been. When they're a part of the team, they're family. The rest of the Callis family walked in. Callis introduced Okada. He walked in. Matt said this is just very overwhelming. Callis said take their time on making the decision. Okada stuck around and told the Bucks, don't take too long. Too much time deciding. Are they going to join the Don Callis family? Are they going to win the $1 million? I don't think they are.
I don't know. But this is why I kind of want Collision Corner to start off the show, because you just ruined a piece of my show. I'm going to take it out now.
Don't take it out.
Now I'm taking it out. The surprise is gone. Surprise is gone.
Oh, my God. We got another 100 likes to go for Collision Corner.
Taking that part out. There we go. Okay, let's go.
Are they going to win the? Are they going to win the purse?
I still don't know, because again, we know where this is eventually leading to, and that's them winning the tag team titles. So they could lose this and keep them on their journey of we're not going to get our respect back until we get our goddamn tag team titles back. Or they could win it and then have them blow it at a casino again or something like that, then put them right back in. It could go either way. I think the real question is, are they going to actually end up joining the Don Callis family? And it looks like they're borderline trying to turn trying to turn babyface at this point, you know? So they're reluctantly dealing with the Don Callis family, that it's not something they actually kind of want to do. And it was like last week or the week before that or something like that, where they were like kind of teasing going back into the ring and helping the baby faces. So they're borderline about to turn babyface on the Young Bucks. So I'm not sure what direction exactly they're going to be going.
Are they though? Because I feel like that they will eventually win the tag team championships from. Well, actually, let's see how this plays out. FTR is going to get the tag team title match at Full Gear.
Yeah,
I think they beat Brodito. I think then Edge and Christian come back. They win the titles from FTR, and then the Bucks wrestle FTR. The Bucks wrestle Edge and Christian for the tag team championship. So, will they be baby faces or will they be heels in the Don Callis family wrestling a babyface Edge and Christian?
That's the thing. It looks like they're setting up for a babyface Bucks run. Are we just assuming that that Edge and Christian are coming back to compete for those tag team titles? Are we just hoping for it, or was it announced somewhere?
No, I think it just goes based on rumors that were going around earlier in the year that if Edge and Christian get back together, they want one more tag team title run together, and that the Young Bucks really wanted to work with them.
Let's put our fucking cards on the table here. Are we even 100% sure that Edge is coming back?
I believe he is, yeah. Although they want you to think he's not coming back, which is why everybody's talking about him ending up in the John Cena tournament. It's not going to be the case. No, Edge is coming back to AEW, at least for another year.
All right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It does seem like they're positioning the Bucks to go babyface to feud with the heel FTR for those titles. So I don't know.
Yeah, that's exactly what we fucking need.
That's what they were here for, bro.
That's exactly why they're signed.
That's exactly why they're here. Yep.
They're the Bucks bitches, is FTR. So, yes, $1 million on the line. Trios match at Full Gear. These money matches got to go. It's just as fucking lazy as anything I've seen in pro wrestling in so many years, bro. These money matches.
Yeah.
They turned what was a silly gimmick because he doesn't know what to fucking do into a storyline for the Young Bucks, and they took it and made it their own because they realized how fucking stupid it was doing random money matches every week with no direction. But he does it because he wants to give matches meaning. You know what would give matches meaning? Story. Not some fictional fucking money that you could play for on a game of Monopoly.
Meaning and money and more titles. I mean,
yeah.
Look, man, at this point, just put a big fucking empty crate right outside of Gorilla and just dump all the titles in there. And before every match, everybody comes in and just grabs a title and then go out to the fucking ring. Everybody gets a goddamn title. Everyone. Mercedes has 14 of them. Everybody gets a title.
Not yet, bro. It's only 13, bro. Don't start adding titles there.
Oh, well, give it a minute. Give it a minute.
Danny Garcia. He went one-on-one with Darby Allin. This is a blood and guts advantage match. Darby needs to win. Otherwise, the best of 3 series goes to the Death Riders. In consistent fashion, I will once again not be reviewing a Danny Garcia match because I can't bring myself to do such a thing. I would rather stick my hand in a fucking toaster and burn my fucking fingernails off. What is that, bro? What are you doing? You got a gold grill?
It's my grill. See?
Is that in some way, shape, or form having to do with Danny Garcia? What is that for?
It can be something on the line in an AEW match.
Ah, the gold grill. Okay. Yeah, maybe when Swerve comes back, he can put his gold grill on the line against some random heel.
Ah, there you go.
You know?
There you go. That works. That works.
We will not be reviewing a Danny Garcia match, Chad. I will not do that to you. That seems like just torture. And I love you guys. So I wanna make sure your evenings go as good as possibly they can be. So Danny Garcia and Darby Allin, this went 13 minutes. 13 minutes, Chad. Darby Allin and Danny Garcia. Can you imagine watching a 13-minute Danny Garcia match, bro? Only a Wheeler Yuta match at 13 minutes is even worse.
Hey, whoa. Don't be throwing my guys not catching strays from your Danny Garcia.
Oh, man. I don't believe, man. We got to review Danny Garcia Wheeler Yuta matches, man, on fucking Wednesday nights, man. Fucking kill me.
Man, Yuta is the man. Who's a bigger heel than Wheeler Yuta right now? There's no MJF, so Wheeler Yuta. There you go.
Wheeler useless.
Hey, watch it.
As Corny says. Anyway, 13 minutes. Gee, I wonder who won this match. Garcia put Darby in a Scorpion Deathlock. Darby reversed it, and Garcia tapped out.
Garcia can wrestle.
Darby, yeah, sure. He looks like he should be wrestling on 205 Live, but he's a good wrestler. Yeah,
I forgot 205 Live.
Should be in fucking 205 Live land, bro. He should be in the Cruiserweight Classic. That's where he should have fucking excelled, honestly.
Remember when that was Okada's gimmick? He would go around and blast like Marty Scurll, tell him he should be in 205 Live.
You know, there was a day and age, bro, where WWE was looking at Danny Garcia to maybe bring him on into NXT. Man, you think Tony Khan is regretting that decision, signing him for X amount of money and not letting him walk? Or maybe if you look at it from WWE's point of view, maybe they are thanking their lucky stars that they didn't waste the money on Danny Garcia. Look at him.
Hey, he can wrestle.
Sure.
If he's not getting over, that's creator's fault.
At least if he went to WWE, they'd give him some sort of fucking character or gimmick or something.
I can agree to that, actually.
Fucking Christ. The way you make money in pro wrestling is by character development. That's the number one thing. Pro wrestling comes second. Make a character that people want to see, then wrestle. What is Danny Garcia? Who is he?
Wrestler.
The wrestler.
Wait, that's Shibata's gimmick. He can't be that.
Everybody's gimmick at AEW is the wrestler.
Oh, that's Shibata's gimmick.
It's Shibata's gimmick. It's fucking Hook's gimmick. It's fucking Shelton Benjamin's gimmick. Whose gimmick is it? It's everybody's gimmick.
Say he's the default creator wrestler. He really is a default creator wrestler.
Bro, Danny Garcia looks like he should be on Grimm's Toy Show. That's how fucking generic he looks. Darby wins in 13 minutes. Now the tiebreaker here is Jon Moxley versus Roderick Strong on Saturday's Collision. Gee, man, I wonder who's going to win that one.
Wait till next week to find out.
Oh, man. Saturday. Tune into Collision to watch a predictable match on Saturday night with the rest of the 200,000 that is dwindling on Saturday night.
Chat, I need my likes. I need 55 more likes, bro. Come on.
55 more likes. I understand Dynamite sucks, but we don't. Support the stream. Cut the shit. Get off your fucking bullshit. Like the stream and get this guy's content out there, man, because the fuck are we doing here?
Right.
Don't take your anger and your fucking indifference out on us, bro. Dynamite sucks. We don't. We're entertaining. Darby wins in 13 minutes. Afterwards, Pac attacked Darby. Darby fought back. Cassidy ran out. Useless ran out. Claudio, Pac, Roddy, Kyle, Jon Moxley all out there. They're playing up blood and guts. And there's a big melee at ringside. And that's basically how the segment went to a close. Everybody brawling. Everybody brawling at ringside.
Brawling.
Yep. FTR. They made their entrance. Cash Wheeler says they won a 4-way match to become #1 contenders. He called Brodito to the ring.
There we go.
There you go. There it is. We'll get to this. I'm sure you guys are waiting with bated breath with this FTR segment. Bro, where we going?
Bro, we are headed somewhere very special right now. We are headed to Collision Corner.
Oh, my goodness. Where is he? Look at him. There he is.
Oh, man. I got a juicy one for you that would not be here at all if not for my sponsors, David Rice and Ryan, the Canadian Chipmunk.
David Rice.
David Rice is, hey, bro, David Rice has a goddamn adorable cat, man. New kitten named Cheddar.
Cheddar?
Yeah, Cheddar. You got to meet him.
I like that.
Fucking great. Here we go. Collision Corner. We start off with Takeshita and Okada versus Max Caster and Anthony Bowens in a match to see who hates their tag team partner the most. All right, we got Takeshita gets the win because Bowens and Caster clearly hate each other way more. They ended up beating the crap out of each other in the match, literally. The match was very nonsensical, man.
Wait a minute. Was there any tension between Okada and Takeshita? Because that was the whole point.
There was a little bit.
But nothing too groundbreaking.
They didn't beat the crap out of each other like the other guys did.
What was it? Anything that leads to an immediate match between the two?
No.
Okay.
No. They once somebody tagged themselves in before the other one was ready. Oh, why'd you do that? No, that's about it. Yeah, that's
lame.
None. Yeah. We get Harley Cameron and Willow. They cut a backstage promo. Just a reminder how entertaining Harley Cameron is. That's all I really got from that segment. She's absolutely hilarious, man. She's so funny. We have a CMLL World Women's Championship match. Mercedes Mone versus Olympia.
Who?
AKA Jordan Grace in a mask. All right?
Olympia.
Yes. Olympia.
Did she find influence from Gladiator and Russell Crowe?
Bro, I already figured this out. It's Jordan Grace in a mask. And she's out there playing her Miss Americano gimmick. Is Jordan Grace. She takes the L here, believe it or not.
Wow, shocking.
Who knew? Side note, shout out to Mr. Makaze who got married.
Yes, my guy Makaze, man. Good to see him happy, man. A lot of people said he upgraded, bro.
Bro, his bride is absolutely flipping gorgeous. She is definitely better looking than the Beast Mortos.
Yes, I absolutely agree. Yeah.
And yeah, he did upgrade.
Wait a minute, bro. What was her name? What was her name? Olympia? Ozempic? What was it? Olympia?
Whoa. Chill, bro. It's Olympia.
God of War, bro. Olympia.
There we go. Let's see. That's Jordan Grace in the mask. Right? All right. The Bucks are backstage with Don Callis. He negotiates $1 million match for Full Gear. I deleted my joke from there. The Bucks and Josh Alexander versus Jurassic Express and Kenny Omega. Hopefully Kenny wins so they can afford to take some time off to heal. So, hopefully. We'll see though.
What was your $1 million joke? Can you tell me?
Oh, I deleted it. It's gone. I don't remember. I actually deleted it. You took the shine from it. The pop wasn't there. It wasn't. Trust me. It wasn't gonna work. It was supposed to be a surprise.
Don't let me get Frank the attorney on you, bro, okay?
You weren't supposed to know about the $1 million match yet.
Oh, Jesus. Well, they fucking blasted it all over Dynamite tonight.
$1 million match, bro. Is that what he's sitting around thinking, bro? These money matches aren't getting over. Maybe we should get rid of. No, just add more money. Just add more money.
You know what these money matches need? More money, pal.
We need more cowbell and more money. That's what we need. All right, there we go. We get here we go. Miranda Elise and Nixon Newell.
Who?
Bro, what you mean who?
Elise?
Yes. Miranda Elise and Nixon Newell. All right.
Miranda, I want to sneeze.
they face off against the new up-and-comers, Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir.
Oh, wow.
All right. Penelope Ford came out dressed as Harley Quinn, looking stunning.
Oh, who came out as Harley Quinn?
Penelope Ford.
Ah, okay.
I mean, go back to see Penelope Ford in her Harley Quinn costume, bro. Just saying. Let's see. Clearly, Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir won this one, probably because their opponents spent more time making out with each other than trying to win. Bro, they hired just a couple of straight up lesbos to this is far removed from, like, you know, Tony Storm and Mina just having that tension and make it out a little bit. Bro, these two, between spots, they kept making out with each other. I thought they were gonna scissor in a minute, bro. What the fuck is going on?
Bro, fucking MK Pandy in the chat said Nixon knew L. Oh, man.
Bro, if two guys did what these two women did, the IWC would have lost their goddamn minds, man.
Yeah, this apparently made news. They were like the first lesbian couple on AEW Collision, making waves. Yeah, in front of 185,000 people making waves. What the fuck are you talking about?
Was that a thing? I didn't know that was a thing. I had no idea that was a thing. What happened there? Marina Shafir actually looked really good here, but they were facing a couple of jobbers. I do not think that she's gonna be able to shine with a couple of veterans opposite of her in a long match. So I still don't like them putting her in a tag team with someone else who can actually wrestle. She's gonna get in the ring with three fucking veterans who know how to work, and she's gonna be the odd one out. They're gonna expose her. I don't like her being in this tag team at all.
They don't even make sense as a tag team.
No, it really doesn't. I understand. Look, it's thrown together because of an injury. I get that. It wouldn't be if Ford hadn't gotten hurt. So I don't know what to say. Take Megan Bayne out of this shit. She doesn't need to be in this tag team tournament. She's just a singles champion anyway. You know what's gonna happen? What's Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir gonna win? What happened when Ford gets back? This makes no sense.
I don't know.
We get here we go. We get the Beast Mortos, Dralistico, and Sammy Guevara versus Commander Mark Briscoe and Roderick Strong.
Commander Mark Briscoe now, huh? I guess Mark Briscoe's the new honorary luchador now, huh?
I guess so. Mark Briscoe gets the win with a J Driller. Really didn't care about this shit. It was boring. We get an MXM TV segment. Skip. Okay. They faced the Bang Bang Gang. Didn't watch that shit. I don't know who won. Don't give a shit.
I don't believe that they are still putting those guys on the show, bro. It's unbelievable to me.
No idea. I would rather see the lesbos instead. This was so I hate seeing. One of them was dressed up as Tyra Valkyrie for Halloween.
Was Taya out there, or was no shit out there?
Yeah, he looked better than Taya did. I mean,
maybe he's got a thing for Johnny Mundo, bro. Who fucking knows?
Skip. I skipped it, bro. I skipped it. All right, cut the music, please.
Okay.
All right. Because there was no Collision Corner last week, I've decided to give you guys a special treat. We're gonna go somewhere else, bro. Guess where we're gonna go?
Oh man, don't get me excited. Where we going,
bro? We are going the Lucha Lane, bro.
Oh man,
woo-hoo!
Lucha Lane. I love me some Lucha Lane, man. Where the tacos are hot and the women are spicy, man.
Lucha Lane, we get Mascara Dorada.
Oh man.
Versus Bandito.
Oh, we love Bandito.
For the ROH World Championship. Oh, man. These luchadors did lots of lucha things in this match, bro.
Oh, man.
We get a Mexican surfboard reversed into another Mexican surfboard, reversed into a third Mexican surfboard. I'm not lying about that sequence at all.
Arriba!
Okay. I'm not lying at all. All right. Let's see. And that literally led to a Mexican standoff, by the way.
What do you mean a Mexican standoff, man? Was there like cartel out there? What's going on? A drug bust? What's going on out there?
No, because when they do like the spot for spot, and then they all stop and pose like, oh, our powers are equal. One of those type deals. So it was kind of fucking cool. Let's see. Bandito took a nasty Mexican dive into an American announce table head first. It wasn't pretty at all. He did get up. He was okay. We get the required 2 Eddie Guerrero spots. The Eddie at the top. Everybody. But it's law. You have to praise Eddie in a luchador match. I think that's actually law. So let's see what else. Oh, we get a Mexican RKO. All right, from the ring apron onto the floor. It was actually pretty nasty too. To the floor, to the outside. That led to another Mexican commercial break. See, so we get this is lucha chants, but at this point, they're just no selling everything each other do. I mean, they do a spot, no sell, do a spot, no sell. Bro, I'm not even kidding. At this point, they started no selling everything, and the crowd's like, "This is lucha." I'm like, "Okay, that's what this is." Okay,
Chat wants to know if Bandito's grandmother interfered, man.
That she did not. She did not get in the way. She didn't want no part of this one, man. She wanted no part of this one. Let's see. Here we go. We get.
Oh my God! Based in the chat says, was ice involved in this?
Oh, come on, man.
Oh no, man. I don't believe you guys.
You guys are all assholes, dude. All of you. You guys are all assholes. We get a Mexican destroyer from the top rope.
Wow, did they kick out of the one?
Kick out. I got kick out, right? Kick out.
Oh my God.
I got kick out. That's what I got right here in my notes. Mexican destroyer from the top rope. Kick out.
Ándale, arriba!
Oh my God. We get a GTS from Bandito, the first GTS in AEW history. All right, here we go. That goes into a 21 plex for the win. Actually, a pretty damn good match. It went damn near 30 minutes, bro. And that is it for Lucha Lane. Let's bring Lucha Lane down. Let's go back into Collision Corner.
Ah, there you go.
And that is it for this week's edition of Collision Corner. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Jesse, aka your very own one and only Chi-Town Smart, and I watch Collision and Lucha Lane, so you don't have to.
Oh my God, man! They should make an AEW Lucha Lane Championship.
Don't give me any ideas, bro. Cruiserweight title would have been made. A cruiserweight title probably would have made more sense than.
Why do we need Bandito to go 30 minutes, bro, on a fucking nothing show that was watched by less than 200,000 people, man? They're gonna wear this guy out before the end of the year. He's gonna be on the shelf for 12 months.
Yeah. He went about 30 goddamn minutes. It was a long ass match, bro, but it was highly entertaining. I will give them that.
Well, Bandito's great. I think he's the best luchador in the world, honestly, and I mean that sincerely. I think Bandito's awesome.
He is good. He is very good, bro. Yeah.
Speaking of Bandito, FTR is wrestling Brodito at the pay-per-view for the tag team titles. Cash Wheeler said that they won a fatal four-way match to become number one contenders. He called Brodito to the ring. They cut backstage to Renee asking Stokely what was going on. Stokely was standing outside of Brodito's locker room. Apparently, he had locked them in their own locker room, and he was watching on his mobile device, Jesse. He was watching The Wire.
Yeah. The hilarious part is, bro, I just got done watching The Wire this week. Beginning to end. I
never watched one episode.
I just fucking binged it. It took me a few weeks, but I just finished The Wire. And it's an old show, so to have it brought up tonight was like amazing. Like, how in the fuck did this get brought up, man?
So there was pounding on the door. Brodito was trapped behind the door. Stokely says he was trying to get them out. Back in the ring, Dax says, "Oh, that's unfortunate." He then pointed out Brodito's family sitting in the front row. He told Bandito's grandma that she looks like she's from Day of the Dead. After more insults, Bandito's brother Gravity leapt onto FTR. Yes, Gravity. Anybody knows who he is. Brody King punched through the door and grabbed Stokely. Stokely panicked and fled. FTR set up a spike pile driver. Bandito and Brody ran out. FTR fled to the back with Stokely. During this melee, Grandma slapped Dax in the face, and he disrespected her by giving her some promo time, and he took the microphone away from her, claiming that she was very old.
How dare she get old?
Bro, this was awful. This segment was awful. Like, if this is what you constitute as build for your tag team title match, bro, I mean, this was just fucking all sorts of bad. And who's excited about this match after this segment? Let's get Abuela out there and have her slap Dax. Yeah, that'll really sell some pay-per-view buys, huh?
Will your grandmother out here? Put the bitch out in front row. We need
ridiculous.
We need to sell some pay-per-views.
Oh, yeah, let's get Grandma out in the front row. We got to sell this tag team title match so we could make up some more fake numbers for our pay-per-view buy rates.
God.
Anyway, there was a Blood and Guts video package narrated by Dean Malenko. That was very good. Tony Storm came to the ring to join commentary to watch Mina and Megan Bayne in a Blood and Guts Advantage match. This is match number 1. So the match itself was fine. Again, I didn't really give a shit about any of this. Marina is in the Blood and Guts. She was out there. She was choked out by, Tony Storm was choked out by Marina. So she broke free and started brawling with Marina, which caused her to miss something that happened in the ring. Bayne planted Mina with a Liger bomb for the 1, 2, 3. So that was that. Post-match, Storm went into the steps. Marina threw her into the steps, who joined Bayne in a beatdown of Mina. Storm got a chair, chased off Bayne and Shafir until the Triangle of Madness hit the ring and beat up Tony. Jamie Hayter, Willow, Harley, they ran out to even the odds as all the ladies brawled until Mercedes was out there and she saw everybody brawling. She put on the brakes and thought better of it and backed away and did not get involved, but she turns around to Statlander mowing her down at ringside, who took her out with a clothesline. And Statlander stood tall with her team as all the ladies involved in Blood and Guts stared down at each other in build for next week's 6-on-6. Now, Megan Bayne got the win here. There are 2 more matches which are taking place on Saturday's Collision. I will say this, Jesse. You know, Mercedes and Statlander were late additions to Blood and Guts. Otherwise, it would have been a 5-on-5. So Tony is breaking the rules of the traditional 5-on-5 here and adding Mercedes and Statlander in this Blood and Guts match, which I honestly think is a terrible decision. And we talked about this on Tuesday Night Titans last night. Now, I know why Tony Khan wanted to add Mercedes and Statlander. It gives the match a little bit more star power. But when I look at it, and I'm speaking very, very genuinely here, because you and I have covered AEW for over 6 years here. You look at all of the other moments that this women's division has made in the past 6 years. You look at that Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa match at Daly's Place that kind of kickstarted the women's revolution there in AEW and really got women's wrestling on the map in AEW for the performance that both of those ladies put on. You want to run that back inside the steel cage. It was Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa winning it in Texas, winning the championship for Britt Baker. That steel cage match was great. Obviously, the Mariah and Tony Storm story and the feud that culminated with the Hollywood ending match. You know, there's a lot of great moments. I didn't even go back to Stat and Willow at All Out last year. I thought that was a tremendous match, that street fight that they had. There were moments where these women stood on their own and made themselves into stars based on their in-ring performances and the performances that they put on in that ring. I don't think Mercedes and Stat need to be in this Blood and Guts match because it certainly makes it star-studded, but at the same time, it feels incredibly forced. Mercedes has nothing to do with these women at all. She's been doing her own thing. She's been burying most of the division. She's won 13 fucking titles, on her way to a 14th championship and more than likely a 15th at Full Gear. What does she have to do with any of these women outside of Stat, who she's wrestling at the pay-per-view? Focus on that one-on-one match without putting them in a Blood and Guts match to add to the build for the women's championship. It's not needed. The only other woman she has history with in that match are Willow and Toni Storm. Willow last year, and Toni Storm, she wrestled it all in this year. Mercedes' inclusion is very, very forced. And honestly, it takes away from all the other women that should be spotlighted in this match. And now we're going to be focused on Toni and Mercedes and Statlander. Why? These women are on a different level. The women that were originally building to this match, the Jamie Hayters and the Harley Camerons and the Willows and the Megan Bains and the Penelope Fords and the TJs, the Queen Aminatas, the Teklas, Sky Blue, Julia Hart, they're going to be overshadowed by Mercedes, Toni, and Statlander because they are not as big of names as those three women are. And I feel like in that Britt Baker Thunder Rosa match that I mentioned before, they made their stamp on women's wrestling in AEW because they went all out. You don't think these women would have loved an opportunity to go all out, bro, and make themselves into fucking household names with a performance in a match that basically warrants and invites a huge spotlight just by the fucking match itself? Why do we need Mercedes in there to take away from that? Why do we need Toni Storm in there to take away from that? Why do we need Statlander to take away from that? And this is the discussion that we had last night. Everything feels incredibly fucking put together at the last minute. None of these matches, and I'm talking about AEW and WWE, none of these War Games matches that we're going to see over the course of the next 3 weeks should really be. I honestly don't feel any emotional investment. I don't feel any long-term commitment. I don't see any long-term story here outside of Darby and Jon Moxley, and they even put them on fucking teams that don't even really need to be inside these War Games matches. Everything feels so haphazardly and last minute put together, bro. And honestly, these matches this year don't need to be. Vince did it with Hell in a Cell. They're doing it just because they sell tickets. And if you look at the fucking ticket advances, bro, for this show in North Carolina next year, I remember Blood and Guts, bro, doing 12,000, 13,000 people in arenas. They don't even have 4,000 tickets out the door for this fucking show. So what point, what's the sense? Like, they're trying to make something happen, and it's just not there, and everything just is so lazily put together. I don't think Mercedes, Stat, or Toni Storm belong in this match, and I honestly feel for those women that have been dying for an opportunity and are not going to get it because they're once again going to be outshadowed and fucking spotlight taken away from them by Mercedes and Toni Storm.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. You know, I'm just not invested at all. Excuse me, into this Blood and Guts situation on any side. I mean, it's just a match to be done because it's time for it to be done. I mean, I this used to be one of the highlights of the year for me for AEW. And now it's just something they're just throwing together. And the more they throw someone in it, the less meaningful it is. So it's actually bringing it down the more people you add to it, especially when they have no business being there. So I can't disagree with you on any of that shit, man. They need to do a way better job at pushing this. This needs to be a huge thing for them every year. I mean, almost like kind of like their Royal Rumble. I know that's their Casino Battle Royal type deal. But it's something that needs to be a staple for them. It needs to be important. If they don't make it important, it's just not going to be important because it's happening. It doesn't work like that for this situation, and I'm not excited about it, and I want to be. You know, I don't know why they're doing it.
They have forced 4 different War Games matches this year, and listen, the vision and a collection of baby faces were always going to end up in War Games. We saw where that was going literally after WrestleMania. Like, everybody kind of seen where the direction was going. It's the only thing that really matters there is that feud going into War Games. But even that, they rely, both of these guys, Triple H and Tony Khan, they rely so heavily on faction warfare. Like, they try so desperately to make faction warfare happen. And none of it really happens organically. None of it really happens in a traditional sense. It just feels so forced and put together in a forced way that the War Games matches end up feeling that same way. And it's almost like, do these really need to happen this year? Like, stop trying to make it happen and let it happen organically. Like, don't try and force baby faces and heels together just so that you could get this match off this year. If there's a year where you don't need it and you don't need to do it, then don't do it. You're going into the Greensboro Coliseum next week. This is where Sting retired in front of 18,000 fucking people. You don't look at the ticket advances for this show, less than 4,000 people, and find yourself concerned about that? For 2 fucking War Games matches in a territory that is fucking born and raised on this type of thing. 4,000 tickets out the door for this show. Last time we're there, Sting retired in front of 18,000 people. You don't find that to be a fucking problem? What are we doing? If the fans are not coming out to your version of War Games, then the fans are telling you that we're tired of this shit and none of it fucking matters. So make it matter. How do you do that? By putting people together that have actual organic fucking tension and an organic feud, and it results in a War Games. Yet you're just devaluing the gimmick because you got to give one to the men and one to the women, and we got to have equal rights for the women, so let's do it. And now it's 6-on-6 for the women. So you're breaking the rules there traditionally, and you're only adding Mercedes and Stat because Mercedes probably went to Tony and wants to be a part of the first ever women's War Games match because she's fucking selfish, and by default, Tony needed to add Stat in that to make it even. I know I'm right on that because that's exactly who she is. You think Mercedes was going to let this one go without being in this match? First ever? Come on, man. Come on. It's fucking ridiculous. I do not like any of this, bro. I don't. This match should be focused on Willow, Megan Bayne, Penelope Ford before she got hurt, fucking Harley Cameron, the Triangle of Madness, Tekla, Queen Aminata. Jesse said at the beginning of the show she's hurt. I didn't know that. She should be spotlighted there. The women that have been on the back burner because AEW's pushed Tony Storm and Mercedes all year and fed literally the entire division to them. Anna Jay and Tay Mello. Where are they at? Weren't they on Collision for 3 fucking months wrestling all these random 8-woman tag team matches? Why aren't they in the fucking match? Don't you think they want to be spotlighted?
What happened to Deonna Purrazzo?
Where's Thunder Rosa?
Where's Thunder Rosa? Where?
I don't get it. I genuinely don't understand the decision making in this company. Just more greed. The rich get richer. The greedy get greedier. Mercedes doesn't need to be there. She asked Tony to be there, and that's why she's in there. So Tony had to add Statlander to make the fucking teams 5-on-5 originally, now 6-on-6 because Mercedes wanted to be a part of it. You know I'm right. Fucking ridiculous.
Somebody says Thunder Rosa is hurt.
Is she? Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Hurt doing what?
She hurt herself putting on her fucking lingerie while she cooks in the kitchen for YouTube. That's what she got hurt, right?
Did she slip on her makeup? What the
fuck out?
And where's Alex Windsor? That's right.
Oh, she was a flavor of the month 3 months ago, bro. That's it. You're never gonna see her again.
Is she at home? I mean, what is she doing? She had to go home because Ospreay went home?
I don't know.
She was front and center every show. Now she's gone, but no explanation.
Unbelievable. So they're giving opportunity to everybody else. They give it right to the Mercedes and Tony Storm. Main event. Samoa Joe, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Katsuyori Shibata versus Adam Page, Hook, and Eddie Kingston. This is for the Trios Championships. So we'll pick it up at the end here. Shibata and Hook are in there. Blind tag by Kingston. Page took out Shibata with a dive. Kingston laid out Hobbs. Joe was there to take him out with a clothesline. Shibata and Hook get into it. Shibata dropped Hook with an overhead suplex. Right as Page and Kingston looked to take out Shibata, Hobbs swept out Page's legs on the apron and launched Page up the ramp with a big shoulder tackle. Both Page and Hobbs continued to brawl on the stage until Hobbs hits a world's strongest slam off the stage and through a table. Kingston was left to fight by himself against Joe and Shibata, who missed the big boot, and Joe took the shot. Exploder on Shibata as Hobbs bull rushed Kingston in the corner. Hook made the tag and tried red rum on Hobbs, who easily escaped because of his size and girth. and locked Hook in with a backbreaker. Joe held Kingston back as Hook submitted. Opps celebrated on the ramp, and Kingston checked on Hook, who now has submitted in back-to-back weeks. Yes, because he lost that fatal four-way. He got choked out by Joe. Now he got fucking torture racked by Powerhouse Hobbs. So 2 weeks in a row, Hook's a loser.
I think they still got him as undefeated.
Hook?
Yeah. He's undefeated in singles competition. So every time he comes out, he's the undefeated as Hook.
It means nothing. That means absolutely nothing. The Opps win immediately. Tony Schiavone announces, yes, next week it'll be Adam Page and Powerhouse Hobbs in a Falls Count Anywhere match. We'll see you next week. It's basically the way Dynamite went off the air. Collision is looking like this on Saturday, if anybody's going to care. John Moxley versus Roderick Strong, match 3 in the best of 3 series. Yes, Jesse will be watching. Blood and Guts, advantage match. Sky Blue, she needed the money. Oh, Jamie Hayes. Sky Blue, match number 2. And then Harley Cameron versus Tekla, Jesse. Tekla.
All right.
Tekla's going to be on Saturday. She'll be wrestling Harley Cameron in match 3, if it gets that far, for the Blood and Guts advantage, which, if it's already announced, I'm assuming it'll go 3 matches. Dynamite next week looks like this. The 2 Blood and Guts matches. And then they added Adam Page versus Powerhouse Hobbs in a Falls Count Anywhere match. And next week is going to be a 2.5-hour Dynamite.
Why?
Because there's 2 Blood and Guts matches. We need 2 Blood and Guts matches.
Whatever.
That's it.
I'm gonna be sick next week. I can't be here.
No, you will very much be here.
Bro, I plan on being sick.
You can't be sick, bro. There's no sick days here. There's no sick days in the venue, bro. Come on.
What the fuck? Bro?
Come on. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for all your support. I really appreciate you guys very much for being here. Super chats are open if you guys want to support. Get them on in. We'll read them in just a second. Hit that thumbs up. We are already at 824 likes. I'd love to see 1,000 likes. If you guys can get to 1,000 likes, that would be fucking fantastic. And tonight we are sponsored by Turtle Beach. I'm going to kick it to my friends over at Turtle Beach. TurtleBeach.com/script. Make sure you guys use that promo code script to save 10% off any of their beautiful gaming peripherals, including the Turtle Beach Gen 3 Stealth 700 headset, which you will see me using in this clip right now. Gonna kick it to my friends over at Turtle Beach. Guys, I'm in the middle of this brutal game of Battlefield 6. I'm playing Domination. I'm viciously capping the beef leg in the middle of this clip, and I swear, these poor souls never seen me coming. Why? Because I'm running with the Turtle Beach Stealth 700 Gen 3 headset, and this thing is straight up unfair. I can hear everything. Footsteps, reloads, even some guy's microphone breathing heavy before I delete them off the map. This headset has 3D spatial audio, and it's like having wall hacks for your ears. And the comfort? Guys, it's unreal. The memory foam cushions feel so good I could wear them through one of Tony Khan's long-ass pay-per-view weekends. Plus, the 80-hour battery life means you can play for days without worrying your headset is going to die right before you're capping that flag. You know that one teammate whose mic always cuts out every single time it matters? Yeah, that guy. He ain't running the Turtle Beach Stealth 700s. And the dual wireless transmitter system, I can switch between console and PC with one click. I can even take calls and listen to the Solemn Monster while I'm deleting these geeks with my assault rifle. Nothing like listening to some Solemn Monster while dominating the scoreboard. Turtle Beach didn't just make a headset, they made a cheat code. Get the ultimate immersive gaming experience with Turtle Beach today. For a limited time only, head to turtlebeach.com and use code SCRIPT for 10% off your entire order. That's 10% off at turtlebeach.com with promo code SCRIPT. Whether you're gifting it or upgrading your own setup, or you're just tired of getting outgunned, trust me, you'll hear victory before anybody else does with Turtle Beach. Once again, I want to thank Turtle Beach for sponsoring the podcast right here on Off the Script. I love Battlefield 6, man. Battlefield 6 is great. Love me my carbines with that thermal scope, man. There's no recoil. I love it.
I have not played the multiplayer. I didn't buy the game. I just got the Warzone version, like the Red Sec.
Oh yeah, I heard that's really good too. I haven't jumped into that yet. Not really a battle royale guy.
Yeah, it's basically Fortnite for Battlefield.
Yep.
Basically.
Anyway, guys, go check out Turtle Beach, turtlebeach.com/script. Use promo code script for 10% off. I want to thank them for once again sponsoring the show right here on OTS. Let's get to your super chats. Make sure you get them on in. Looks like we are going to be in and out of here fairly quickly. Michael Krause with a 2. Jesse, is AEW in Utah tonight? JD OTS, let's go. Yeah. Thank you, Michael. No, they were not in Utah. I don't think there's an AEW presence in Utah. I don't think they want one.
Or they don't want none.
No, they don't want one. No. JM with a 199 AEW National Championship. This company is a joke. Yes. Yes. Our guy Triple M says Fortnite is better than Battlefield 6. Come on, bro. Really? It's better than Red Sec?
No.
Come on.
Wow. Fortnite is just Fortnite, man. That's all. It's for kids.
Yeah.
It's a kid game.
Michelle with a 2. Somebody actually came to save Darby. I'm shocked. Yes, friends. All because he's in War Games. Other than that, if he wasn't in War Games, nobody's coming out to save him.
They've been watching Darby get his ass kicked for weeks, and now because it's War Games, he has friends.
Yeah. Sidro with a 2. What does Jay-Z call his wife before they got married?
Beyonce.
Fiance. Jesse did not even crack a smile with that one, bro. I thought that was kind of witty. No? Sidro with a 2. How do you measure how smelly a scent is? Perfume.
Stop.
Keith Hobson with a 19 months. You know I'm sick of this shit. Every week is the same old matches, but now they add another useless title. This is sad. OTS. Yeah, brother, it's sad. I don't know how much more complaining Jesse and I can do, man. There is legitimately nothing that anybody in the community can do because Tony is going to do what Tony wants. It's basically it. He doesn't want to listen to any criticism. He doesn't want to listen to anything that is negatively impacting his company. He's going to do what he wants to do. He'll find out soon enough. I'm sure he's already noticed the ratings dipping below 500,000. Sidro with a $5 super chat. Social media convos I see. Girl says, what's an orgasm? Man number 1 says, that's when you fold paper to look like birds and stuff. Man number 2 says, no, that's oregano, bitch. Sidro, stay off social media, bro. It's rotting your brain.
What is happening?
I don't know. Steph Curry fan, 500 with a $5 super chat. Today's my birthday. AEW is still garbage. I hope that you did not watch AEW on your birthday and rather enjoyed us instead. Steph Curry fan, happy birthday, brother.
Happy birthday.
Based with a $9.99. I turned it off halfway through. This show is now only for gooners that choke the chicken. Really?
There was a lot to choke it to tonight.
Thank you, Based. Ms. Queefs a lot with a $2 super chat. Dynamite is the cure to insomnia and diarrhea. Oh! Yeah, I agree. Twister with a $4.99. Hello, JD. I'm drinking Gatorade tonight, my favorite sports drink. By the way, AEW sucks. How people find AEW good, I still don't know. Gatorade's a little too sugary for me, brother. I would go with I don't know what's a good less in sugar energy drink.
Zero sugar Gatorade.
Nah, I don't think the zero sugars are any more healthy, honestly. I think they may be worse. Sugar. I think they may be worse because they add the artificial sweetener to it.
No, there's no sweetener, bro.
There's nothing.
There is no sweetener. No.
Just go get Pedialyte, bro. Spend a little bit more money and get Pedialyte.
Pedialyte has too much sodium, bro.
Does it?
Zero. Yeah, it has a lot of sodium because it has electrolytes and shit like that. It's a lot of sodium. Zero sugar, zero Gatorade is the way to go.
3 pages of horror. I see you in the chat, brother. The thermal is beautiful, JD. What level to unlock? That's the SOR, I believe. No, it's not the SOR. That's the KOR, I think. The carbine. Or no, I don't know what it was. Carbine or assault rifle. It's a fucking assault rifle. Some of them unlock at level 38 or something like that. It's pretty high up there.
I like the scope.
Yeah. Twister, thank you, brother. Xavier Lopez, 614 with the $5 super chat. What about AEW Sickos Championship? That bleed for this company. Nobody wants to hold that championship, bro. That's an embarrassing title to even hold. Who wants to be labeled as that? Richard Cohn with a 2. Hey, JD, this show sucks. I turned it off. Boring. Good on you, Richard. You made the right decision. Glow J with a 2. I was at work, missed it. I guess it was bad. LOL. You didn't miss a lot. Honestly, you guys, all you need to do is watch us, and we got you covered. The way it is. Bill Voss with a $10 super chat. Last month, went to my first WW show live at the Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne. Great night. Hot crowd. AEW fans were trying to spoil for us casuals, saying WWE's dead in Australia and AEW outsells overseas. Sure thing. Man, the
wrestling fans do not like seeing wrestling fans enjoy wrestling.
No, the delusion is very thick, Bill Voss. WWE has much more of a presence in Australia than AEW does.
Bro, that's on both sides. No matter what side you shill for, it doesn't matter. Wrestling fans hate seeing wrestling fans enjoy wrestling that they don't like.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I don't know. Kenny Clifford with a 10. Yo, JD Jesse, what's up? I have both the Liquid Death Psycho Cider and the Turtle Beach Stealth 700 Gen 3 headset. I really like them. Thanks for the recommendations. Well, you're welcome, brother. That's Psycho Cider. I went to go find it today. I can't find it no more. Maybe it's on Amazon. I gotta find maybe it on Amazon. Shanamtra with a 13 months. A national championship, huh? So what's the point of having 3 titles on Okada? I can't wait for 2025 to be over with this garbage. OTS for life. Yeah, wrestling sucks this year. I'm sorry. There's nothing exciting this year.
It does.
I'm over it. I can't wait for the year to be over. Triple M with a $5 super chat. It's sad what's happening to Big E, and I get being upset with Ridge. But people celebrating his issues is kind of weird to me. I don't know. Have a good night, guys. Yeah, social media is fucking garbage, bro. Everybody's Ridge. Apparently, he was supposed to be paid by WWE until his contract was up, and apparently he ranted on social media that WWE let him go while being injured because they sent him to TNA and he got injured on a show that wasn't WWE affiliated. So he ranted about it on social media, and they released him early and will not be paying him up until his contract expiration.
Wait, first off, TNA is WWE affiliated.
It's not WWE. TNA is TNA, but they just have a working partnership with WWE. He got injured on TNA television,
which makes them affiliated.
They sent him to a promotion that he does not work for. He works for WWE. He got injured on Impact. And now because they released him while he was injured, they released him and gave him his walking papers while he was out injured. And they are not paying him, and he ranted about it, so they figured that it was a breach of contract. So they're not paying him his 90 days. He's supposed to get at least his downside guarantee for 90 days. And they're not giving him that now.
I don't know the full fucking details, but that sounds like some shit WWE would pull.
It sounds like they are penny pinching, and again, they are making hand over fist more money than they ever could imagine, and they're taking their anger out on Ridge Holland. You believe that?
That's what it sounds like, man. And anybody who still brings up the Big E shit can kiss my ass.
Fuck TKO. Fuck them. Fucking absolute disgusting human beings.
They are bleeding this company dry. They've raised prices across the fucking board. They've doubled their sponsorships.
Mm-hmm.
They are just trying to bleed this company for all the money they fucking can. And the fans are sitting here consuming this shit. A lot of them are defending it. They're just sitting there getting just stuck to, and they don't even fucking know it.
Yep.
TKO was the worst thing that ever happened to WWE.
Yeah, so the fans are obviously looking at the Big E situation because Holland suplexed Big E, broke his neck accidentally. People shit on Ridge Holland for it. Big E actually forgave Ridge Holland for it and holds no grudge against him. And now people are taking it out of Ridge Holland, saying that he deserves it. Like, people are fucked up, dude. I mean,
this is why I stay off social media.
People are fucked up.
Shit like this. I mean, I don't think there's anybody that is harder on Ridge Holland than himself for what he did to that man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? and dogpiling him while he's down does not make it any fucking better. I mean, people are just fucking the worst. I hate social media.
Yeah, it's awful. People are awful. These faceless fucking degenerates, man. I hope that whatever they're saying comes right back to them too, because they're just evil people. Hollywood guy with a $5 super chat. To be honest with you guys, when I heard that AEW was going to have another title, I turned on my PlayStation and played Batman Arkham Knight. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Ferguson with a 20. Since we have a new championship, you know who I would put it on? Brody or Powerhouse Hobbs? Also, I think it's stupid to have the conglomeration members face Death Rider members before Blood and Guts because of injury. Never mind that, bro. I'm thinking Mercedes in Blood and Guts. I'm thinking that she's got a major pay-per-view match coming up. Is she going to get injured? That match is not for the faint of heart, bro. You walk into that cage and something goes wrong almost instantaneously. Yurka with a 5. No message. Thank you, Yurka. Sailors Siren 596 with 35 months. A storyline where the IRS investigates Tony for giving out so much money in wrestling matches would be something. Yeah, that's never going to happen because it makes Tony Khan look bad. Joseph Taylor with a $5 super chat. Do you guys remember the storyline when they brought back War Games for NXT in 2017? A collection of babyfaces trying to take down the Undisputed Era. Yes, because the Undisputed Era were running fucking NXT. They were the kings of that show. So yes, they wanted the power to shift back to them because the Undisputed Era. Remember, they all had championships. They all had titles. Base TLC with a $4.99. AEW should put Riho in Blood and Guts for the sickos. No, I don't want to see Riho on television.
No.
Captain Solo with a $2 super chat. How many more years does TK fund his AEW hobby? I don't know. When it's time for a new TV contract negotiation, I don't think that they're going to get the same amount of money that they got this time around because he clearly lied to everybody.
I just read somewhere recently that the Khan family is like the 7th, I think, richest owner in the NFL.
Really?
They have plenty of money. They're not going in. Yeah.
Lavelle with a 5. Do you think it's hypocritical for the AEW sickos to talk about SmackDown having to tarp off the hard cam side last week? Should WWE be worried? No, it's SmackDown, and the show's largely been fucking awful for most of 2025. So, if AEW sickos don't think that we already know that, man, they got their own fucking problems to worry about. SmackDown is awful. It has been awful. And it's in Utah. It's Salt Lake City. Nobody's going to fucking go out on Halloween where 250 million people celebrated Halloween with their fucking family and their kids, and people are out at parties. Who wants to go watch pro wrestling on Halloween night? Give me a break, bro. That's why the attendance was low. A mixture of all those things, plus the show being awful. There's nothing redeeming on that show at all. And David Rice comes in with a 20. If they need to add another title, they should have added a junior heavyweight title to showcase all the smaller talent they have. Better than another mid-card title. I actually like that idea. Honestly. I don't know why they didn't. He loves his New Japan, so that would have fit right in line with his love for New Japan Pro Wrestling. I don't know. We don't book the show, brother.
At the end of the day, they don't need another fucking title.
No, they don't need another title. I don't think they should have added any title, honestly.
Oh.
But thank you guys very much, man. We are about to get out of here. We love you and appreciate all the support. Make sure you guys follow us on social media at JDfromNY206. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Cameo. Follow Jesse at Chi-Town Smark on Twitter and on YouTube. Same at Chi-Town Smark. And please make sure you guys continue to hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment down below and let us know what you thought of tonight's AEW Dynamite. Next week is Blood and Guts. We'll be here to cover it all, and hopefully it's a much better show than it was this week, man. Entertain me. That's all I got to say. TurtleBeach.com/script. Use that promo code SCRIPT, and I will see you guys right back here live again on Friday. Unfortunately, for Friday Night SmackDown. I'll see you guys later.